Well, I left right away because I wanted to have counties
Oh, yeah.
No, that's it. Better.
Ready to go? Ellen? I'd like to call to order the September meeting for the Town Board, Town of Shandaken. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. And before you all see, I'd ask you to take a moment of silence in respect to those who lost their lives during 9/11. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do roll call. Board Member Allen. Here. Board Member DeStefani.
Here.
Lloyd was absent. Board Member Storms.
Here.
And Supervisor Stanton.
Here, and sadly, Board Member Malloy couldn't join us tonight. He's dealing with a personal issue. I'd like to welcome our Deputy Town Clerk, Patricia Hunt. I welcome a motion for the approval of the previous Town Board meeting minutes.
Take that motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Supervisor's financial report, August 2017. Police fees, $30. Ambulance fees, $15,263.92. Ambulance donations, $667. Town clerk, $201.38. Cell tower, $945.28. Justice fees, $3,800. Building permit fees, $3,537. Dog licenses, $89. Pine Hill water rents, $135.29. Summer rec funds received, $142. Recreation baseball uniforms, $418. Recreation Shandaken Day, $1,664. Highway scrap recycling, $702. Highway interest, $5.95. Engineering, $8,980.60. Insurance reimbursement, $137.52. Ulster County sales tax, $34,504.31. Postage return from town clerk, $50.66. And Shandaken Cemetery, $2,400 for a total of $73,673.91. Communications. Month of September 2017, Shandaken Septic District. A little over a month ago, the town was given a presentation concerning the establishment of a septic maintenance district for the hamlet of Shandaken. Formation of a district, if approved by the residents of the proposed district, would provide the town a fund to help residents repair or replace their septic systems if needed. At the meeting, it was discussed that the town wished to consider this project further. It would require the town board pass a resolution to accept moving forward through the process, adding that at multiple times throughout, if the town board or residents wish to decline this offer, we retain that option through several steps until the beginning of construction. The resolution tonight simply moves this project into a more detailed engineering investigation in order to better evaluate the options and costs associated. DEP flood buyouts. There are two resolutions tonight regarding properties where the owners have inquired about being bought out by New York City DEP due to their location within the floodplain or the floodway. With each, the town has the option to either take ownership of the parcel or have the DEP take possession. The first parcel is along Station Road in Phoenicia and is in an area that was identified in the Phoenicia Flood Analysis Report as part of a larger project, which would help reduce flood elevations in Phoenicia. It is currently held by Ulster County for non-payment of taxes. They are offering up recognizing it is part of a larger proposed project area. New York City DEP will provide the funds to demolish any structures located on the parcel and purchase the property. The town is requesting ownership, which occurs without any cost to the taxpayer, of this parcel, as we have recognized that if the project were to proceed, it would require funding from multiple state and federal sources. Town ownership makes it much easier to apply for funding to proceed with such a project as opposed to the legal wrangling that would ensue to perform a project on property not owned by the municipality. The second parcel, privately owned, is along Plank Road in Mount Tremper. It is a sizable parcel wholly within the floodplain and floodway, but is not part of any proposed project area. The property is actually a number of rivulets along East Circus Creek. The town is asking that the DEP retain ownership of this parcel as they already own an adjacent parcel. It would still be available for recreational activity as with other DEP-owned properties, but we are not requesting any formal fishing access point or maintenance on this parcel. These resolutions are required under the New York City funded flood buyout program rules and help the owners move forward with DEP in appraisals and negotiations for the purchase of the properties. These resolutions do not guarantee that the parcels will complete the process, as the landowner may choose to no longer participate at a certain point. Museum boiler. We've had several reports from the museum board over some time regarding the inadequacy of the boiler at the museum. Our repair options have helped hold it together for some time, but that time came to a close when the boiler failed last week. We received several bids and are looking to hire a firm to replace the boiler with a newer high-efficiency boiler. We will utilize good neighbor funds for this repair. We hope to have the boiler replaced before the end of the month, as the air is already starting to get quite chilly in Pine Hill. Campaign signage. As always at this time of year, we have our annual resolution asking candidates not to place campaign signs out for the general election prior to Columbus Day. This is a memorializing resolution and simply a neighborly request to allow our residents and visitors the right to view the fall foliage in its unspoiled splendor. I'm sure a few of you may be questioning signs that are currently out along the roads. This is for several primaries and several parties that are taking place tomorrow, Tuesday, September 12th, from 12 noon until 9 p.m. Of course, I'm assured the candidates will be removing these signs following these primaries, and I ask all of you to make sure you get out tomorrow and exercise your right to vote. 2018 budget. Before the end of the month, I will be releasing a tentative budget for next year. As always, we will work to try and keep the taxes down without reducing the services we offer. There are quite a few factors that will be dramatically affecting this year's budget, from the increase in the New York State minimum wage, an already reported 10% increase in healthcare costs, an increase in retirement costs, and an additional payroll period. I'm already preparing for an increase, but I'm hoping to keep it as minimal as possible. There are other factors, as we have to prepare for other costs in several departments due to legal issues and still trying to improve the services we offer. The tentative 2018 budget will be released by the end of the month. Pine Hill resident Barbara Hagstrom helped to gather a few folks over this past weekend in Pine Hill, and they scraped, primed, and painted the main entrance sign, and I would like to extend our gratitude for helping to organize this and for all the volunteers that helped get this done this past Saturday. I want to thank them for coming out. It's a little chilly, so. Our next regular meeting is scheduled for Monday, October 2nd, 2017 at 7 p.m. Anybody else have anything to add? Councilman?
Okay.
Adam?
We have some upcoming events in Shandaken. Friday, September 15th, the Phoenicia Rotary is having a fundraiser at Pig Roast at Parish Hall, Phoenicia, starting at 5:30. Saturday, September 16th, community yard sale at Phoenicia Fish and Game in Mount Tremper, 10 to 3. Saturday, September 16th, American Legion Pig Roast starts at 2 p.m. Friday, September 22nd, Shandaken Parks and Rec's annual fundraiser for our parks cocktail party from 5 to 7. Tickets available at town clerk's office. Saturday, September 23rd, Celtic music concert at Phoenicia Library, 2 to 3:30. Saturday, September 23rd, Church Hymn Dinner, Memorial United Methodist Church, Shandaken, 4:30 to 7. Takeout available. Sunday, September 24th, presentation at Empire Railroad Museum. Mo Lanier will tell about his travels on the Appalachian Trail, 2 p.m. Saturday, September 30th, comfort food fundraiser at Big Indian Arboretum Firehouse, 4:30 to 7:30. Next visit of the mobile vet van is Saturday, October 28th. Rabies, distemper shots, cat spay, low cost, $25 per residence, dogs 30 pounds and under. And all this is listed on our website, www.shandaken.us, as well as Channel 23 through Spectrum. And that's it. We have a lot going on.
And then there's also, this was handed to me by Joyce, the Catskill Conquest Pilot Rally, which is a race that used to run in 1903. The organizer, Robert Selkowitz, is organizing this, trying to get this going once again. It's going to bring a bunch of classic cars through town on the weekend of the 23rd and 24th. Apparently the race, or rally, if you will, it's not so much a race, nobody's timed, but it's taking guests from Jersey City, New Jersey, where it originated, all the way to Unadilla, and Woodstock, I guess, is a stop-off point for their layover on Saturday night. And there's a number of businesses that they're going to be taking the scenic byway that are helping to promote this, and it would be something nice just to see some classic cars coming through town. You know, it's a startup, and hopefully this becomes a regular thing. So, wish you the best of luck. That, I'd like to move into communications. First off, I'd like to recognize our Ulster County Legislator, John Parity, stepped in the room, so welcome, sir. Thank you for attending.
Thank you.
I forgot one for communications. Mr. Van Blarken has an event that he wanted to speak about that's upcoming, and sponsors and support.
Hi, my name is Kevin Van Blarken. We're running the Pine Hill Block Party. It's on October 8th. It's going to be our second annual event. It's sort of a community event. We have live music. There's going to be some craft beer and a lot of vendors. We're looking for more vendors if there's anybody out there that wants to get in contact with me. And it's going to be cool. We have all the restaurants involved. Every restaurant has a different band at an offset time. And we hope everybody can make it out. Last year was super successful. We raised money for the Pine Hill Memorial Library last year. We raised over $1,500. And this year, all proceeds are going to go to Smith Park. So we're hoping to make even more than that. That would be great.
What are the hours?
So the initial event is going to go from 12 to 5, and that's going to be in the municipal parking lot in Pine Hill. There's going to be music by Four Gun Ridge, who played last year, and vendors and stuff. And then after that, it breaks off, goes 4 to 6 at the Zephyr, tentatively, 6:30 to 8:30 at the Pine Hill Arms, tentatively, and then it ends at the Colonial Inn. And last year it went pretty late, and we all had a great time, and I hope everybody can make it out.
How does someone contact you if they want to be a vendor?
So my personal phone number is 845-706-0473. They can call me directly. You can also email me at vanblarkham.kevin@gmail.com. That's my email address. Or just show up. It's free of charge. There's no vendor fee. Just show up and promote yourself.
And if anybody wants to reach out via email or anything, I'm sure if they send a letter or notice to Joyce or myself, we will pass it on.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Ellen, sorry, but I'm hearing static.
Oh, I thought there was a machine or something was on.
Not gonna record.
That's good, because you probably got a lot to say to me.
I did have a lot to say.
No, that's when you cut the sound out.
Recorded on the.
There you go.
There we
I just
go.
thought it was a machine.
It was me the whole time. Sorry, guys.
Breaking our stuff.
Story of my life.
Are we good? All right. Then I'll move on to committee reports. Janelle? That's back again.
I didn't do it, sir.
Yeah,
The noise is that?
I just shut the mic off and speak loudly.
If I hold the mic, it might
There you
work.
go.
All right. Good evening, Supervisor Stanley, members of the board, and town residents. As summer comes to an end and the weather starts getting crisper and colder, I'd like to remind everyone, as they start or have started to turn on their heat for the first time, to make sure that your heaters and fireplaces get serviced by professional technicians. Also make sure that everyone has a working smoke detector and CO detector that are up to date. Most CO detectors are only good for 7 to 10 years from the date of manufacture. They'll also start giving warnings when they start to fail. The date is usually on the back of the unit by the battery and or plug. As always, if they start to go off, please leave your house right away and call 911. Do not start to open up windows and doors trying to air out the house. This makes it harder for the fire department to find the source of the issue. Make sure that both the smoke detectors and CO detectors have fresh batteries and are tested at least every 6 months. Best way to remember is when you turn your clocks back in the next couple of weeks to also change the batteries and do a test. In closing, I would also like everyone to take time and to remember all the fire, EMS, police, and citizens that lost their lives 16 years ago on 9/11/2001. Total calls that the ambulance did in the month of August was 37, with 1 given as mutual aid. As always, have a good night and a safe month.
Thank you, sir.
Can I add something? I work at Health Alliance Hudson Valley. I have to remember our name now. Health Alliance of the Hudson Valley. And I deal with a lot of different ambulance companies. And I have to say, our ambulance has such a great reputation amongst the professionals. They were giving me statistics that I'm amazed that they look up to you guys. And another ambulance company was within the county, is countywide, was saying because of you guys, other towns have improved their ambulance.
We aim to please. I mean, we have
You,
a lot of advantages and unique territory to provide services that not a lot of agencies have the ability to provide. I always welcome positive feedback from anybody.
yeah, and these are your colleagues and coworkers, and
I
they're
appreciate it.
yeah.
Mr. Tutt. Building zone.
Here we go.
I might say building, zoning, planning, fire, and flood. So, relatively quiet month, we only had 230 department calls, mostly building, 138 building, 76 zoning, 16 floodplain due to the release of the new maps. We have a lot of people who are questioning. FEMA sent out a bunch of letters, basically telling people you're now a special flood hazard area. Their parcel may be, but not necessarily their house. So that's where most of the questions come from. We had 22 building permits, 3 demolition permits. Most of those were for the DEP projects. 3 floodplain permits. We're out for 75 building inspections, 4 fire inspections, issuing 2 certificates of occupancy and 12 certificates of compliance. We did get 4 stop work orders, which the owners subsequently filed for permits. Totaling of income of $2,918 per month. The planning board received 2 applications. One for an adventure park in Big Indian, which will proceed forward at the next meeting. And the second was for a wedding venue, also in Big Indian. That one I have a meeting on Friday to see the feasibility of this location. The zoning board had no activity in August. Thank you.
Thank you. Chief Stewart, please.
When I get bumped down.
Somehow it's supposed to be alphabetical, but it doesn't.
All right, so we handled 293 calls for service with 9 arrests and 7,600 miles. So as you guys know, I wasn't here the last couple meetings because I was an assistant coach for our Little League, which was an amazing year. I can't thank the Parks and Recs enough. They have done an amazing job in our fields. And for our Shandaken Summer League, we got to travel and play some other teams that were out of the area. And our fields,
Thank you, continue.
and our fields are playing like on stadiums compared to what some of these other kids are playing on. So thank you, Marty, for all the work you do. It was great. The only other thing I have is there's a film crew. They're filming this week in town on Thursday between 8 and 6, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. There'll be some minor traffic shutdowns on Old Plank Road, but it should be intermittent and it won't be for any extended periods of time. So we'll have 2 of our guys out there helping them stop the traffic.
Which
That's it.
Plank Road.
Plank Road. Yeah.
Phoenicia Water.
Rick's in a
good mood, except for the stream, which usually means that the water system is running well, and it is. So for that, we have no current issues other than the project, which you can fill us in on later. And next meeting's on the 20th at 6:30. Thanks.
Nothing for Pine Hill Water. Museum.
In Oliveria, we do it the new way. A piece of paper or a spiral bound notebook and a pen and a piece of paper.
From the museum.
And the printer doesn't work in the museum and it doesn't work at my house, so here's my report. In August, we had 82 visitors at the museum. Not including the Northeasters. I don't know if you folks know about the Northeasters. Those are the folks that go around with metal detectors. And they made quite a load up at Cashmere's place up at Moss Grove. There was a lot of stuff that they found. It was beeping all over the place as soon as they got out of their cars. And so far this month, which is the 11th, we've had 30 people in the museum. We received a copy of George Washington's obituary that was published in the Ulster County Gazette in 1800. He died in 1799. This was donated by, and I'm probably going to screw this guy's name, Tom Comito? Okay. And is in a frame, and we are going to put it on display soon. We had a group of 13 children from the Pine Hill Community Center visit the museum. The Native American group was at the museum this weekend, and a new computer has been ordered, and we hope to get it soon. On October 9th, Kathleen will be doing a tour of the museum for the Delaware County Ladies Historical Group. We are looking forward to our new furnace for the museum, and also the that's easy for you to say. Also the removal of the large sugar maple that is next to the museum. If you look at it, it's a huge tree, and if you walk around the back of it, it's split, and one huge limb, I call it a limb, but it's a trunk. It'll hit the museum, and we'll lose the museum because it'll go right through it. So that's supposed to be done either Thursday or Friday of this week. We're working on transferring the film that we have to CDs, and that's it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Recreation.
Should I just shout or?
Sure.
An exciting time for Parks and Rec. First of all, before I forget, we have a committee board meeting this Wednesday, 3 o'clock, Town Hall. People are welcome to join us. And the major event and the major focus this year is Smith Park. As you know, the town put in for and got a matching grant from O'Connor this for work in Smith Park, and allowed us to do the soccer goals. And there's been some rethinking about the best way to make use of that space, and it's very exciting, and particularly because the community of Pine Hill has taken hold of it and said, this is what we want to see in our park. So we're very pleased about that. And with that in mind, we have our annual fundraiser, which was mentioned, but I'll mention it again. And I have little cards that I'd be happy to give anybody, and I also have tickets if anybody feels inclined to buy the ticket now. It's helpful if you buy tickets ahead because it gives us a sense of how many appetizers we need to have. The event is a cocktail party held at what was the former Big Indian Methodist Church, just happens to be my house, and it's at 21 Church Road. Church Road dead ends at the Esopus. If you're heading west on 28 and you get to what was the Red Rooster or the Val d'Isere, and then there's a little road, and then beyond that is Chuck's gas station. Go down the road between those two buildings. We're the only church on the road. You can't miss us. We're about 500 feet in. It's 5 to 7 p.m. Friday, September 22nd. And We have a number of people who have made generous donations to help underwrite the costs. The wine has been donated, so I think this will be a good fundraiser. The cost is $15 per person and $25 per couple. So we're trying to keep it reasonable so young families can come and then go out to dinner maybe. If you want more information, contact Joyce, or feel free to contact me. And on another note, it was very exciting. Rob has gotten us a grant for playground equipment, and he asked me to come in and sign a voucher. So those things have been ordered, and are really looking forward to new playground equipment for all the parks. There's stuff going in every park, so it's a good year.
Picnic tables will be here Thursday.
I said it.
Picnic tables will be here Thursday. They're delivered Thursday. Already got
Neat.
calls.
So, just so you can take home and not forget me.
Thank you, Marty.
Anybody want?
With that, we'll go on to public comments and resolutions. There are no motions, so we'll go right into the resolutions.
Resolution 107-17, resolution to pay all bills. Whereas the Department of Audit and Control require town boards to sign and inspect vouchers coming into the town for payment, the number and total amounts from each firm. Therefore, be it resolved that the town board authorize the following vouchers paid. General, $103,154.83. Highway, $30,102.00. Phoenicia Water, $4,010.42. Pine Hill Water, $902.22. Phoenicia Lights, $970.90. Chichester Lights, $147.23. Pine Hill Lights, $570.99 for a grand total $139,850.